Your Honor, the accused chooses to testify on his own behalf. Mr. O'Brien, would you take a stand, please?
Do you wish to swear or affirm?
Affirm, please.
Do you affirm the evidence you give today shall be the truth to your best knowledge, information, and belief?
I do.
Please sit and spell your last name.
My last name is O'Brien, capital O apostrophe B-R-I-E-N.
And please speak clearly and loudly for the record.
Mr. O'Brien, how old are you?
I am 39 years old.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a teacher. I teach at the college in physical health.
I'd ask you to think about the late evening of June 12, 2009. Were you in the Charles King Park that evening?
I was.
All right. Were you there with anyone?
I was there with my fiance.
All right. And why were you in Charles King Park late evening of June 12, 2009?
We were walking home. We had just had dinner and a movie. We went to see the film Gilda at the Rita Hayworth Film Festival.
Now, I'd ask you to take your time, please, and explain to His Honor in as much detail as you can recall what you saw and what you did in the park that evening.
So we were walking home around 11:30 p.m. And we spotted what appeared to be two people fighting, with one essentially beating up the other one. I immediately went to intervene. I threw my cell phone to my fiance and told him to call 911. And from there, I went and I pulled the one who was beating up the person on the bottom. I pulled him off of him.
And ask you to stop right there, please, and ask you a few questions about what you've told us so far. Would you describe, please, how the two people who were fighting in the park, how they looked?
They were just dressed in plain clothes. Just they looked kind of shabby. It's a kind of a not a very well-known neighborhood. It's known for drugs and that kind of thing. And they looked like they were drug users.
All right. And when you say that you took hold of the person who was on top, what was that person doing to the person on the bottom?
They appeared to be attacking the other person. They were actively hitting them over and over.
With what part of his body was the attacker hitting the attackee?
I couldn't really tell, I'm sorry. I think it was... Again, adrenaline was flowing and I just saw them beating each other.
All
Or
right.
the one beating the other.
All right. And so, just so we're clear, which one was beating the other? The one on the top or the one on the bottom?
The one on the top was beating up the one on the bottom.
All right. And so what did you do to the person on the top?
So first, I was running towards them yelling, "Get off," or something to that effect. And then the person on the top told me, "F off," or something like that, "Get away." And so I grabbed him and I pulled him off. And sorry, details are a little shady. Again, adrenaline was flowing, but I think we fell down after that. And then as soon as we got up, I saw him reaching into his pocket, and I was scared. I thought he might be getting a knife or a gun, and so I hit him as hard as I could.
Just one further area of questioning about the first physical contact you had, that is grabbing him and pulling him off. Apart from him saying to you, "Fuck off," or something like that, "Get away," apart from that, did you hear that person say anything else to you?
No,
Specifically, did you hear that person say that he was a police officer?
no, he did not.
Did you know that person?
I did not know the person.
Did you, based on what you saw then, did you have any indication that this person might be a police officer?
No, to the opposite. They were actively hitting somebody in a way that a police officer should never hit somebody.
Speaking now of the second contact, how far away from you were you from the person who you struck?
Quite near. I couldn't say with any precision.
You were within arm's reach, or did you have to step forward in order to hit him?
I think within arm's reach.
All right. And so standing within arm's reach, you saw this person do what?
Reach into their pocket.
All right. And at the point that the person reached into the pocket, did you have any other reason to believe that this person was a police officer?
No.
You've already heard Officer Ugart testify that as he was running towards you, he yelled once or more than once, "Police, stop." Did you hear Officer Ugart?
No.
What was your purpose then in striking the person who you now know as Officer Fantasia?
I wanted to try and stop him from getting whatever he was going to get out of his pocket so he wouldn't hurt me.
And so what belief did you have about why he was reaching into his pocket?
I thought he might have a knife or a gun or some other weapon.
All right.
Like I said, it's a kind of a sketchy area, and these two people seemed like they might be, I just was worried about my safety.
Speaking about your first physical contact with Officer Fantasia, what was your purpose in pulling him off of the other person?
I wanted to help the other person. The other person was being beaten up, and I wanted to stop who I now know to be Officer Fantasia from continuing his assault.
I'd ask you to think about the time period from the time that you said, get off of him, until the time that you struck Officer Fantasia in the face. What do you believe, or what do you recall as to the length of time that would have transpired between those two events?
Very short period of time. Everything sort of happened right after the other. So I pulled him off, we fell down, got up, he reached into his pocket, and I hit him.
When you say a very short period of time, can you quantify that?
I would say under 30 seconds.
Thank you. Tell us what happened then after you struck Officer Fantasia in the face.
I was immediately tackled, and the person who tackled me said police, and I saw that they were wearing a uniform, and so I submitted to the person who tackled me, and they arrested me.
All right. At the point that you heard the word police, at that point, how did you respond? In other words, did you continue to struggle with the person who had tackled you, or did you stop?
No, I stopped struggling
Why'd you stop?
because there was a police officer.
At any point prior to Officer Ugart saying the word police there after he had tackled you, did you know that anyone involved in this altercation was a police officer?
No.
Officer Ugart has testified here today that you said that you saw that cop pummeling the other one. Do you agree that you said that?
I did say that.
Right. When you used the words "that cop," who were you referring to?
I'm sorry, I don't think I said that cop. When I was tackled, I immediately said, you need to stop that man from continuing his assault against the person who's on the bottom.
Right.
And he ignored me. The officer who was arresting me ignored me, and then proceeded to arrest me.
All right. And it was Officer Ugart's testimony that after he had placed you under arrest and had you in handcuffs, that he told you that Officer Fantasia was a cop, to which you responded that you had seen that cop pummeling the other one.
Well, that's an incredibly leading question on an issue that could end up being highly relevant to Your Honor's determination in this matter.
Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley has now essentially, through the leading question, fed the answer to this witness about what was said or what potentially was said. And while the Crown doesn't object to leading in non-contentious issues, this is a highly contentious issue, which has now, in my respectful submission, been tainted.
Mr. Marley?
I respectfully disagree with Crown Counsel about tainting. I am merely repeating words that have been spoken by other witnesses in this trial already. I'm trying to ascertain or assist the court in ascertaining whether or not the accused acknowledges having said the words which Officer Ugart has attributed to him. That's all I'm attempting to do.
Mr. Wu?
You have my submission, sir.
I'm sorry, okay, assuming you're correct, I'm not sure you're correct, but there's some substance in your objection. It seems that the only remedy, other than to take into account that the question may have been leading, although Mr. Marley has a point that this evidence has been led already. It seems to me, other than taking into account that there was a possible leading question, the only thing I could do is declare a mistrial.
Crown's not asking for that. The
Yeah.
Crown is simply asking you to consider now, ultimately, when you assess the weight of this witness's evidence
And
on that
I
point.
intend to do that, but in light of all the other evidence, because Officer Ugart We've heard Officer Ugard's evidence.
Yes, sir. Thank
All right,
you.
thank you. All right, go ahead, Mr. Marley.
Thank you, Your Honor. My question, Mr. O'Brien, is simply whether or not you recall saying that to Officer Ugard.
Saying what, sorry?
Saying that you saw that cop pummeling the other one.
I recall saying something to that effect.
All right. And can you explain to us then why you used the words "that cop"?
He indicated, sorry, excuse me for a moment. My apologies. What I said was that there was one person pummeling the other, and that the police officer arresting me should do something to intervene.
At what point did you learn that Officer Fantasia was a police officer?
After the arrest.
Thank you very much. Those are my questions, Your Honor.